Hey everybody, welcome back. Quick review. I'm actually able to make this one right as the race ended, so that's pretty cool. But we're talking about Watkins Glen. I just picked a random car. I didn't actually have a Byron ready, but I need to go out and get some stuff done, so decided to make this real quick. So yeah, we're just touching in on the Watkins Glen race. I will say I love the fact that we still don't have stage cautions. Definitely a definite win on the road courses. But that being said, this race was horrifically boring. And I mean horrifically boring. Like, the reason why I thought it was horrifically boring is there was just no battles. Nobody ever battled for position. It was pathetic. Everyone was stuck in a single-file train. It was actually awful. So, yeah, this race just sucked. And it's really unfortunate because, you know, Byron had a show-out day. McDowell had a really good showing before a pit penalty. We saw good speed from Allmendinger and Larson and some other guys, and so there was some definite opportunity. But, I mean, in order to pass someone, you had to be so much better than them. And, yeah, that just wasn't the case. So, yeah, really, really unfortunate because, golly, everyone kind of was really excited for this race for Watkins Glen. And we didn't even have an incident on track. Well, our one caution was Alan Gustafson running Chase Elliott out of fuel. Outside of that, we had, and I can count them on one hand, three total incidents in terms of, and I'm not talking cautions. These are small incidents. We had a quick little spin by Daniel Suarez where he got going, quick little spin by Eric Almirola, and on the last lap, Kyle Larson just wiped out Austin Dillon. So those incidents were not enough to cause a caution. And we can go into a couple of reasons why, but at the end of the day, my end result of what I thought about it was this car just sucks. It's just a bad car. Has way too little horsepower, way too much tire grip, and so you end up with these. I mean, listening to an onboard camera today, it almost just made me sick. They go into the carousel right after the bus stop, and normally you're really gentle on the throttle, really trying to let the car settle and roll that corner. They would just hammer the gas and go. The cars have so little horsepower, they don't even have to worry about wheel spin in the carousel anymore. And, oh gosh, that's just, I don't know, man. That's just not, that ain't it. Like, that's just not that's not what we need. I don't know what it was about Indy, if Indy worked better because it was flat, higher braking zones, longer straightaways to make runs happen, whatever it may have been. It seemed like Indy seemed like a little bit better, like guys could make at least a couple passes. I mean, today, you saw it. You know, Kyle Larson ran down the front three from 6 seconds back, got to the back bumper, got stuck. I mean, could not make a pass. And part of that is the problem why the racing was so bad. It wasn't as if one car was better and there was a little bit of battling in the field. The tires had no fall off, the cars have no horsepower, and then because of that, when the better car gets up behind the worst car, they just get stuck in their wake and they sit there in a single file line. So you don't have side-by-side battling, crossovers. You have nothing happening besides just literally closing in on the back bumper, farther in the back bumper, close on the back bumper, farther on the back bumper. There's no quality to this racing. I'm sorry. It was awful. This is one of, if not the worst races I may have ever seen. No, I shouldn't say that, because Martinsville was also this bad. The Martinsville races have all been pretty bad like this because it's the same situation. The cars literally get stuck on a single-file train. At least this one, they're turning right and left, so Martinsville's still worse. But at the end of the day, the situation is still the same problem. The cars have way too little horsepower, way too big tire patch. One of those has to get fixed for even an opportunity at something good. And then, yeah, I think those are the two biggest issues. I really do. I don't know that the aero issues are that bad. I think, you know, the problem I see is just it doesn't even seem like people are struggling. I mean, in the S's, they're just hammered down because, you know, there's no power, so you're not going to be up to full speed by the time you get to the end of the S's like you would normally. Yeah, man, it was bad. Like I said, the racing itself was bad entirely. I don't know that the storylines or the overall way the race unfolded was all that bad. Unfortunately, when Chase Elliott ran out of fuel just happened to be right on the fuel number, so everyone pits, and that's the end of the strategy day too. So that's what I mean. Like, today we had no strategy either due to just the way this race was set to unfold with no tire fall off. Everybody pitted literally within 2 laps of each other and then continued to run single file for that whole stretch. So like I said, it was just not good. So what does that mean for the future? I don't know. I will say this. Thank God we don't have to go to as many road courses next year. I think Road America, I don't think Watkins Glen should lose a date or anything. I think Road America is the only road course I would even put back on this schedule, with maybe in place of something else. And the reason I will say that is because they have no runoff areas. I will say that. I forgot to mention that. No, Watkins Glen paved like all of their gravel traps now, so they're just massive asphalt runoff areas. And I'm not going to lie, I think it's the dumbest thing you can do. Because you saw turn 1 and the turn coming out of the carousel. I mean, everyone just blatantly runs off the track because you have so much runoff to just enhance the corner. And I don't know. I just think it really opens up the track, especially with cars with this little horsepower, and you end up with just really very mediocre racing. And so, yeah, like I said, 3 total incidents. And I'm not talking incidents as like somebody got in the grass, spun around, and got going. Like, that is included in the incidents. Nobody went off track today. Nobody got spun around. Nobody got jacked up. Like, it was 3 total incidents. So it was just a bad mix. A mix of paving all the runoff areas. So, yeah, great. Nobody ever spins around. Guess what that also means? The track is way too easy and nobody's ever passing each other. Or challenging each other, I should say. You know, a couple side-by-side battles in the S's, but at the end of the day, as long as the car that was ahead going into the S's held their foot down, they were going to keep the position. And yeah, that was just how it was. I mean, it just a really bad day of racing. I'm not gonna lie. I just didn't think it was all that great. I thought it was a very mediocre race, and outside of, you know, a couple of just kind of bad mistakes out of Almirola and Suarez, and then, like I said, Larson wiping out Dillon. I don't know if it was retaliation or not, but there was literally no incidents. Just, I hate to say it, nothing happened in this race. So let's move on. I'm going to touch on Chase Elliott quick. It's time for Alan Gustafson to go somewhere else, different team. I don't care. This is just, there's too many blatant, horrible pit calls. I mean, you know, Sonoma this year, and there's a lot of examples of pit calls where he's messed them up and nobody notices because they're just kind of hidden. But Sonoma this year was a perfect example. They were on a strategy that would have had them pitting with 18 laps to go, or maybe not 18, I don't remember what the lap counter was, but they would have been pitting about 20 laps off of Truex's sequence, and instead they pitted literally 8 laps earlier than they should have, and when they did that, it screwed them out of the chance at the end of the race when he stayed out to have at least somewhat balanced tires to race on. So, between things like that and the Coke 600, obviously today, I'm done. I've had enough of dealing with, you know, just bad. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's not that hard of a pit call to make. I saw it right away that I thought something was off. You know, he had a shorter pit stop, gained a lot of spots, which was a really good thing. But that being said, I was watching on the racetrack, and I'm like, he's going to stay out for as long as he is on a short stop from before. There's no way he can make it on gas. Sure enough, he ran out of gas, but I mean, I don't even have the data, and apparently their data was wrong anyway. But I mean, even just using Bob Pockrass's Twitter data, I could tell something wasn't going to line up. Like, that seemed like it was really weird that it was going to work that way, and it of course didn't work. But yeah, so I'm okay with him not being on the 9 squad. I think realistically, he's got 1 championship with Chase. I get that. Everyone likes to make that comp, hey, he's got a championship. Well, guess what? He had Mark Martin, he had Kyle Busch, he had Jeff Gordon, and he never won a championship with any of them. And those guys all were very, very high caliber drivers. So maybe the driver's carrying him a little there. But anyway, like I said, that'll wrap up my review on the race. We'll got a lot of reviews to do this week, a lot of work on the website I'm kind of working on today, but just want to get my review out of the way. Let me know your thoughts on this race in the comments below. Like I said, I think this next-gen car needs a major overhaul at short tracks and road courses, and I think today was a perfect example of why. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't think we had a single green flag change for the lead. Oh, we did. We had Michael McDowell took it once early in the first 20 laps of the race. After that, not a single green flag change for the lead. And honestly, I would love to see the stats for passes within the top 5, because I don't think we had many of them. So yeah, I would like to see that, because I don't think it was very good. I think we ended up with a very snoozer race. So congrats to William Byron, though. 5th win of the year. He's having a career season. I predicted he would miss the playoffs this year, so, you know, that obviously wasn't right. But, I mean, he's on a heck of a roll. Doing what they got to do. Qualify out front, get the lead on the pit stop, and then after that, all you got to do is hold them off till the tires heat up, and then you're gone. You don't have to really do much. So that's the way you're going to have to win short tracks and road courses until they fix this car, because, unfortunately, it's all track position. You know, fastest car on the racetrack got put to the back and only gained about 8 spots. Like, that should be a dead-on sign that something's off. So, anyway, guys, that'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in our next Diecast review.